ACHA Network. Welcome to the Ohio Health Chiller Easton in Columbus, Ohio for the 2018 American Collegiate Hockey Association Women's Division II National Championship Tournament, hosted by the Greater Columbus Sports Commission, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the Ohio Health Chiller Ice Rinks. This is public address announcer Jace Burns. This pool play game today features, on the visiting bench, the number 5 ranked team from the West region, the Adrian College Bulldogs. And on the home team bench, the number 3 ranked team from the West region, the Assiniboine Community College Cougars. Before we announce the starting lineups for each team, the ACHA Women's Division II is excited to announce today the 2018 All-American teams, as well as the winners of the Zoe Harris Award, Community Playmaker, Off-Ice MVP, and Coach of the Year awards for the 2017 through 2018 season. All-American First Team. For forwards, Mackenzie Below, Minot State. Brittany Hegel, Liberty. Emily Hockey, Delaware. For defense, Ashley Wright, Liberty. Mariah Mchugh, Assiniboine. And for goalie, Shelby Tornado, Minot State. All-American Second Team. For forwards, Brittany Menigan, Montclair State. Vanessa Grimstead, Minot State. Carly Frederick, Assiniboine College. For defense, Asia Voss, Lakehead. Mary Claire Newtown, Delaware. And for goalie, Emily Becker, Delaware. The Zoe Harris Player of the Year award goes to Mackenzie Below, Minot State. Community Playmaker is Sophie Schmidt, Navy. Off-Ice MVP goes to Karis Hicks, Liberty. And Coach of the Year goes to Dan Calvert, Lakehead. Congratulations to all on behalf of the ACHA. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for the visiting team bench, the Adrian College Bulldogs. At right defense, a sophomore from Arden Hills, Minnesota, number 24, Jessica Abram. At left defense, a freshman from San Ramon, California, number 18, Hallie Bigman. At right wing, a freshman from Livonia, Michigan, number 12, Caitlin Hayward. At left wing, a freshman from Holland, Ohio, number 21, Elizabeth Anderson. At center, a freshman from Calgary, Alberta, number 22, Hannah Chase. And in net, a freshman from Middletown, Rhode Island, number 1, Victoria Poland. And now the starting lineup for the home team bench, the Assiniboine Community College Cougars. At right defense, a freshman from Borden, Manitoba, number 18, Kenzie Hyde. At left defense, a freshman from Rivers, Manitoba, number 16, Hailey Anderson. At right wing, a freshman from Borden, Manitoba, number 15, Alyssa Alderson. At left wing, also a freshman from Borden, Manitoba, number 14, Erin Doherty. At center, a freshman from Elkhorn, Manitoba, number 17, Carly Frederick. And in net, a freshman from Binscarth, Manitoba, number 1, Miranda Cook. Head coach for the Bulldogs is Samantha Fallon. Head coach for the Cougars is Terry Artsey. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise and kindly remove all caps for the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner.
All right, hockey fans, a pleasant good evening to you all, and welcome to the final game of pool play for the 2018 ACHA Women's Division II National Championship Tournament. Is the Adrian Bulldogs taking on the Assiniboine College Cougars to wrap up pool play, Pool D action between these two teams. A pleasant good evening, and welcome to Columbus, Ohio. We're in the Chillers Easton Ice Rink, also known as the Chiller, just outside of downtown Columbus. Getting ready for today's final pool play game. The Final Four has been set. Unfortunately, neither of these teams will be part of that semifinal tomorrow, but still a lot to play for these two teams. Pride, momentum for the next season, and ending the season on a high note for both of these squads, as Adrian, the 5 seed out of the West region, coming in with a record of 1-1, beating Delaware, the #1 seed out of the East, yesterday 5-3 to keep their title hopes alive, but they needed Assiniboine to win over Bishop yesterday, but Bishop's gets the 2-1 win over the Cougars, so the Cougars are 1-1. They actually beat North Dakota State 6-1 in a cross-pool game on day one. They're actually in the semifinals. So with both teams at center ice, Adrian's in the black uniforms moving right to left, and Assiniboine's in the white uniforms with the red and black trim moving left to right as we're underway here between these two teams. Final game of pool play. Only 3 games remain after this contest is done. Those are the 2 semifinals here tomorrow afternoon, and then the championship over at the Ice House practice facility for the Columbus Blue Jackets, as the Adrian Bulldogs pinned back in their own end, as Assiniboine doing a good job so far offensively. As number 14, Aaron Doherty, took a poke check at that one. Now number 22 for the Bulldogs, Hannah Chase, brings it down the near side. Jessica Abram will back it up the near side and back out to Chase at center ice. She'll float it in. That'll lead to the Bulldogs' first change of the evening. Assiniboine in their own end. Number 18, Kenzie Hyde, gives it to number 4, Alyssa Neufeld. She looks to weave through the zone. Neufeld keeps it onside as she enters the zone. Here in the near corner. Lost control of it. Keeps it in the zone, though. Number 10, that's Sierra Parento. Back up to the top of the point. Now here come the Bulldogs in their speedy forward, number 19, Erica Gilbert. She had a hat trick yesterday against that Delaware squad that got ousted by North Dakota State today. And that winner-take-all matchup over here, the second game of the day. Our third game over here, a special edition on this rink 2 at the Chillers Easton. First time this week that we've had the late game over here, as they're having public skate festivities over on the other side. It's a shot from the top of the points, kicked down by the Adrian defense and iced all the way down the center of the zone, and it'll just trickle wide for an icing call. We'll get a stoppage play. 18-12 to go first period. This is Adrian and Assiniboine. Cougars and Bulldogs, both coming out of the West region. Adrian's the 5 seed, Assiniboine the 3 seed. Both teams 1-1 so far this week, trying to finish their Nationals trip on a high note, get that second win. As Assiniboine wins the draw back behind, but Adrian gets a quick turnover, pass over the near side. Trying to get it for the Bulldogs is number 13, Christina Rotondo. So it sends back over to the far side. Assiniboine doing a good job of holding on to the zone, not allowing the Bulldogs to really get anything going offensively as they try to come up the near side boards before it's cut off. Chipped up the near side boards, getting a piece of it. Blair Bodie for the Cougars. Now it comes out in front. Everybody takes a hack at it. And backhanded shot. It's scored by Parento. And that's the first tally, just 2:23 into this contest, and it's 1-0 Cougars. So number 10 in the program, Sierra Parento, the freshman out of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, starts the scoring here in this one as the Cougars are up 1-0. So an early start for the Cougars as Parento tries to come straight forward with a chase, gets upended. This should be a penalty on the Cougars as we just finally get it called. It's going to be a tripping minor. So right after the goal from Assiniboine, they'll take the first penalty of the evening. Looks like it'll be number 13 for the Cougars. That is Rachel Charles, sophomore out of Minnedosa, Manitoba. A lot of Manitoba girls on this Assiniboine College squad. So we'll have a face-off all the way back in the Cougar end. First power play for Adrian, trying to level this match up here with 17:29 to go, first period. Face-off won by the Bulldogs. Here on the near side, Leckie to the top of the point. A wrist shot. It's blocker save. First one of the night for Mariah Mchugh. Back to the top of the point. Abram goes over the far side. Had it poked away. No on that far side. Back and forth it goes, and a hard slap down the ice by number 7. That is Mariah Mchugh, one of the All-Americans for this Assiniboine College squad in the regular season. Over on the far side, outlet pass breaks out. Hayward, she was active in yesterday's game against Delaware. The outlet pass off the stick of Van Antwerp. She's forced back to row and red line. 1:20 to go in the power play. 16:50 first period. Adrian and Assiniboine playing out this final game of pool play. Leckie tries to go down low. It's stolen away, and now the Cougars brace it back the other way and just happy to send it all the way down his rink. Poland comes out to play that in the corner. Is trying to hold it down low is Frederick. Now she's got it, looking for a shorthanded opportunity, and a shot. It's saved by Poland. Down low as the Bulldogs try to reset once again. Abram goes up the far boards, trying to weave through his Granger. She has it poked away at the blue line. Helping out, though, Abram. She gains the zone, walks in, shot, and deflected up out of play. And we'll get a stoppage of play. 16:06 to go first period. 37 seconds remaining on the 5-on-4 for the Adrian College Bulldogs. One of 3 Adrian squads that are here at the ACHA National Championship Tournament. We saw the D1 men's claim their first division title back earlier this week. The Division II men's team, their fate wasn't as promising as the Division I team. They got ousted in pool play. And then you have the Division II women's team here taking on Assiniboine tonight. Here comes Gilbert. She's got the most speed for Adrian as she sends it all the way down. Tries to chase after it. It's rung up the far boards. Stolen away by the Cougars. Skating hard with speed is Frederick. Now she gets through one defender. Tries to get through a second. Does. Holds it down low in the corner. Now comes behind the net. Still looking for someone to pass to. Goes to the top of the point. Walking in his rink. She'll send it back down low. Excuse me, that was number 7. That was Mchugh. Gives it back to Frederick. She takes a tumble as it's kicked out to that far side where Granger tries to get it up the boards. Denied by Collier. Loose back behind the net it goes. Now near side Frederick. First one there for Assiniboine. Back to the top of the point. A wrist shot. That ringed off someone. Might have hit the near post. There was a collision in front. That had eyes for the back of the net. But it stays out, and we get a puck up and out of play with 15 minutes exactly on the clock. Shots are 4-1 in favor of the Cougars. As the lights have gone out on the other side of the rink, and the disco lights have gone on, so you know there's a good time over on the other rink happening. Is trying to have as good of a time out here between these two teams. It's been great so far. As Adrian will ice this puck, we'll see if it goes for the icing call. Nope, as Cook comes out to play it. Up over the far side. It's only to the top of the point. It's kept in. Now shot. Saved by Cook, and she'll hold on with 14:45 remaining. Miranda Cook, the freshman out of Binscarth, Manitoba. One of 11 players out of Manitoba for this Cougar squad. Is Adrian quickly D-to-D pass, goes through the feet of Abram. Back down low to the corner, backhanded up. Top of the point, gets around Abram. Now it's back out to center ice. Now trying to wheel around in the neutral zone is Chase. She gains the blue line, sends a backhand towards the front of the cage. It's blocked. Now near side come the Cougars. Number 4, that's Alyssa Neufeld. She'll gain the red line, sending it in. Should change with the rest of her squad. Over on the far side is Van Antwerp. Trying to break something out for the Bulldogs. Running harder on the near side, Rotondo. Had it stolen away. Second attempt, also picked away by the Cougars. Now to the top of the point. Wrist shot, goes, can't get through traffic. Number 16, that is Hailey Anderson. Now top of the point, wrist shot, takes the deflection just wide. Up the far side it comes as the pass from Abram is off target, and yet another icing call is upcoming. here on the Bulldogs. 13:42 to go first period. 1-0 your score. Assiniboine has the early goal. As we'll have a reset back in the Adrian zone, far circle. To the blocker side of Poland. Won by the Cougars. Quickly down low is Charles. She'll send it down for Bodie. Bodie being pressured by Van Antwerp. Now helping out the cause. Number 10, Sierra Parento, the goal scorer, as that takes a poke check up and out of play. And so we'll reset once more. Adrian will change up the full line. Send 5 fresh skaters out there. They'll send the top line out there is number 19, Erica Gilbert, will lead the charge for the Bulldogs on this draw. We'll go up against number 10, Sierra Parental, the goal scorer for the Cougars. Bulldogs win the draw but can't clear the zone. It's back down low for Charles to play it. Now Charles tries to come towards the front of the zone and poked back up top. Back down low it comes Bodie. Tied up down low by Gilbert. Able to still hold on to the puck. And now it comes back to Parento. Good passing from the Cougars. A shot denied by Poland. It's back over to that far side. Nice outlet pass. Breaks them out. Here's Andersson. Andersson, one skater to beat, but unfortunately couldn't beat her. As Mariah Mchugh, one of the All-Americans on this Assiniboine squad, brings it into the offensive zone, but a good poke check denies that opportunity. That's number 16, Cecilia Werner. Leckie going over to the far side, has Andersson. Had it poked away for a moment. Now back is Mchugh for Assiniboine. 12.5 to go, first period. Still 1-0 Cougars. Abram gets a poke check. They'll try to keep it in the zone. They do with Andersson, but it's right back to the Cougar defense. Pass up the near side boards, taking a hack at it. Both teams, it benefits Adrian as it's loose at the blue line. Coming in is Leckie. Tries to pass for Andersson. That's all bounced off her stick, and Mchugh up the far side. Gets by one defender, but pushed it too far ahead. Adrian will come back for this one. Chase over to Leckie near side. Almost blows a tire as she plays that one back in the Assiniboine end. Near side. Hannah Chase through the neutral zone. Cut off at the blue line. Another D-to-D pass, and up the near side comes Hailey Anderson. She comes in with speed. Over on that far side, walking in, short angle shot, save Poland. Rebound comes out in front, now they hack at it. Settles in the corner. Battling for it, good steal from Assiniboine, but it's right back out. Adrian almost had the breakaway pass. As a couple of Cougars collide, and that gives Gilbert an opportunity, but it's poked away at the blue line and sent all the way down by Hayward. Stolen by Gilbert in the offensive zone. She takes a tumble after taking an incidental contact from the Cougars. Now here they come 2-on-4. Backhand swallowed up by the Adrian defense. Granger just content to play it to the far side where it's picked up by Mchugh. She'll bring it in as the rest of the line changes. She has to go 1-on-5 and elects to wheel around the entire zone. Comes back to her position at the top of the point. Plays it down low in the corner. Charles. Swab spots with Bodie. She's tied up by 2 Bulldogs. Now helping out, trying is Collier. If it comes back, top of the point, Andersson. She plays back down low. Sent hard up the boards by Adrian, but it's not out. And now a good poke check from Hayward. Now she's got to try and beat the Cougar defense, but a good stick lift from Parento, and it's coming back the other way. Charles into the zone for Assiniboine. Getting closer to the halfway point of the period. She sends one off the side of the net. Settles in the near corner. Top of the point. Settled down by Hailey Anderson. She fires one that's wide. Picking it up is Charles. Center pass off target. Bouncing puck comes around. Adrian had numbers but couldn't get the poke check. Charles met down low by Van Antwerp. Helping down there as well as Bodie. Trying to enter the play Collier as well as they all 3 of the Cougars forwards. Trying to get something going. Over on that far side, Adrian trying to break the puck out. 3 Bulldogs, 2 Cougars there. 9:35 to go in the period. Now walking in front is Charles. That backhand failed her as it hopped over the stick. Loose down low, Chase. She'll ring it harder on the boards. She's not going to have enough to get out. Held in top of the point by Parento. Cougars with a good job offensively so far as it's sent up the near side boards. Still bottleneck down low. They'll try again the far side. Andersson kicks at it. Getting some help from Chase. Still can't clear the zone though. Now it finally does. But it's right to an Assiniboine stick. They'll gain the red line, sending it in. Number 16, Hailey Anderson doing it. Back down low it comes. Pass through the feet of Parento. She'll go over it on the far side. Good defense by number 24, Abram. Here on the near side, they try to come out. That one denied. Back down low they go. Back and forth they come. Now Gilbert has an opportunity. She will backhand it back onto center ice, but again, it comes right back. Assiniboine letting nothing come past that red line at center ice. They lead the shot count 7-2 with about 8:20 to go here in this period. Parento leaves it for the defensive pair. Quick pass across from Mchugh. A shot. Save. Poland still loose. As it trickles to the corner. Tied up there, Alyssa Alderson as it comes to the top of the point. Mchugh will fly a slapper at that. Comes here to the near side. Is Leckie trying to get it out. Mchugh races over here to keep it onside. Relentless pressure here from Assiniboine as Adrian just can't get it out. As now they finally do. Gilbert in the neutral zone finally gains the red line and will dump it in. Try to get some offensive mojo going here. Pass up the near side boards. Picked up by the Cougars. Outlet pass gets by one skater. Now over on that far side. Trying to shoot a short angle shot. That was number 8 in the program. That's Lauren Blight. One of several freshmen on this team. All freshmen and sophomores on this Assiniboine College team. As here comes Chase. She'll fire a shot. Just wide of Cook. Getting close to 7 minutes to go here in the period. Chase tries to keep it onside. She does. Again, it's right back to Assiniboine. Good job by Van Antwerp to keep the zone for Adrian. Canceled out though, and now with time to skate it is Kenzie Hyde. 3 skaters to beat on that far side, and his shot is denied by Poland. We play on as it's picked to the corner. Close in front again for Assiniboine. Turn shot, that gets a piece of Poland, ends up going in the corner. And Adrian will try to break this puck out. Here on the near side is Van Antwerp. Now a pile up as it comes down low. It comes back to the top of the point, then sent back down low to that far corner. Bouncing puck gets through the defense, forcing the Cougars back. That means a wholesale change for the Cougars, or excuse me, for the Bulldogs. As Gilbert gets a turnover in the neutral zone, has it turned over right back though. Back and forth they come. Over the far side, picking it up. Rachel Charles into the zone. Has options in front, finds one as it's off a stick. Poland a poke check, and again, settles in that far corner. Under 6 minutes now to play in the first period. Shots are 9-2 in favor of Assiniboine. It's sent all the way down. Going back, Abram. A little bit of time as the Cougars are in the middle of a change. Outlet pass finds its target. Here comes Gilbert, or excuse me, Granger. Granger into the zone. Cook just nonchalantly kind of makes that save and just pushes it aside. Over here on the near half of the ice. Now back to the other half is Hailey Anderson. Thought about it. Now instead comes around here to the near side. Drops it off for Alderson. The Anderson to Alderson connection. As they'll send it in. Chasing after it'll be Doherty. She's tied up with Heisner. As they battle here near side. Picked up by the Cougars. Gilbert for the Bulldogs. Gives it to Granger. Granger gets by one defender. Poked away at the blue line, and it's offside. As we finally get a stoppage of play with 5 minutes to go here in this first period. We'll take a timeout on the ice. We'll take it upstairs as well. 5 minutes to go, first period. It's the Assiniboine College Cougars up by 1 over the Adrian College Bulldogs.
National tournament sponsors, please support them as they've supported us. Aries Sportswear, the official merchandise supplier of the ACHA 2018 National Championship.
battle whistle.
Visit the merchandise stand here at the rink for all your ACHA 2018 Nationals hats, shirts, sweatshirts, and more. Baron Championship Rings, the official ring vendor for all ACHA National Champions and ACHA Hall of Famers. Every championship ring has a great story. Let Baron share yours. The Columbus Blue Jackets. When you're not watching exciting ACHA action here at Nationals, consider taking in an upcoming Blue Jackets game. The next will be tomorrow versus the Senators. Howie's Hockey Tape, the official hockey tape of the ACHA. Stick with the best. Marathon, fueling the American spirit. To find your nearest marathon station, visit mymarathonstation.com. Make sure to check out Our Bar, the official ACHA 2018 Nationals Pool Stand Hangout. Open late on Front Street in downtown Columbus. Our Bar, the best hockey bar in Columbus.
Ready to get back underway after the media timeout. 5 minutes to go here in the first period. About 6 minutes without a whistle. And we sit at 1-0 in favor of Assiniboine. Number 10, Sierra Parento, has the goal so far. As well, a face-off in front of the Cougar bench with, as I mentioned, 5 minutes to go. Shots 9-3 in favor of the Cougars. Both these teams trying to move to 2-1 in their pool. That pool D is Parento looking for her second. She draws a penalty as that shot went wide. So she earns a call. It's a hooking minor. And the Cougars to the power play for the first time today, as that'll be number 22, Hannah Chase. That'll end up going to the box for Adrian. So 4:52 to go, first period, first power play of the day for Assiniboine. They'll look to double their lead here before the period ends. Face off won directly by the Bulldogs. Nice job by Caitlin Hayward. Now she comes in with a shorthanded opportunity, and that forces Cook to make a good save. Excellent job from the freshman out of Michigan. Doing a good job straight off the draw, able to get that offensive opportunity, and at the worst case, earns an offensive draw for the Bulldogs. 4:41 left to go in the period. 1:50 remains in the power play as the Cougars win the draw. Quick passing from the Cougars leads to Blight, bringing it into the zone. She'll stop and set up as Cougars give it to Mchugh near side. Mchugh back down low for Parento. They switch spots. Parento to the top of the point, back down low Parento. Back to Mchugh. Over the far side of the captain, number 19, Brooke Mead. 2 shots, 2 saves from Poland. The second one is blocked, actually. That gets loose or gets stuck in the pads of number 19 or number 16 for the Bulldogs. Cecilia Werner doing a good job of blocking that opportunity. So we'll have a stoppage of play with 4:06 to go. 1:14 left in the power play. Face off on the far side. It's won by the Cougars. Here to the top of the point. Keeping it in is Andersson. Now a shot goes off the side of the net. Mchugh wins it ring through the crease. Just trickles wide. That got through the feet of Poland. Wrong side of the post, though. Now it's another try back down low, and Poland up to the task on that one. Makes a great save. Teams will reset. 3:45 remaining first period. Shots 10-4 in favor of the Cougars. Just the one shot on the power play so far. Face-off ball on the far side. Gilbert going up against Collier that time. Cougars set up in the zone. Andersson quickly over. Good passing, looking for the pass here on the near side for Bodie. Now she plays back up. Now a shot turned aside by Poland. Picking it up is Gilbert. She'll look to clear the zone, and she does, getting it through the feet of Hyde. Pass near side, finds Bodie. She goes back to Hyde, far side. She has time to skate it. 20 seconds remaining in the power play. She gains the blue line, leaves it behind. Now a shot from Rink is blocked. Hyde on the far side, gives it back to Charles. Good passing yet again from him as Andersson throws one towards the front of the cage. That's wide. Now another try. That hits the referee in the skates after missing a couple of sticks in front. Penalty time over. Adrian back to full strength. This is back down low. Trying to come out of that corner is Rink. Or excuse me, number 13, Rachel Charles, not number 3. Rink, is that one sent all the way down. This will be icing, though, as the penalty has expired. With 2:32 to go here in period number 1. Adrian and Assiniboine, the Cougars with a 1-0 lead. Face off here on the near side. One by the Cougars, top of the point. Wrist shot, blocker save from Poland, tricks behind, and they score. It's going to be number 17, Carly Frederick, that ends up tapping it home. Poland had a piece of it for the most part, but it ended up trickling behind her, and easy goal for Frederick to just tap it home. So it's 2-0, 2:26 to go here in this first period. So the Cougars double their lead here, or late in the first period. Up here on the near side, they comes around. So Brooke Mead gets the credit on the assist. That'll be her first point of the contest, as here come the Bulldogs trying to answer. Chase floats one to the front of the net, and Cook will shut the door. And we'll have another face-off with 2:07 to go here in the period. Face-off here on the near side, as you see Cook on your screen there. Face-off just to the right of that pillar you see in your screen there. Just the setup here at Chiller Easton. Just outside of downtown Columbus. 2 minutes to go now in this period. Mchugh tries to go up the far side, gloving it down on that far side, number 14, Aaron Doherty. But it comes back to bite him. Now Chase the shot. It's just too high. Mchugh will try again. That one is blocked. Now she'll bring it around here to the near side. Backhanded along. So Allison just intent to ice this puck. It's going to go just wide of Poland. No icing, though. It ends up being waved off. So we keep playing on with 90 seconds to go in the period. Back out it comes. Team's in the middle of a change as Adrian sends it into the Assiniboine side. Bulldogs changing up their line as they quick stretch pass. Finds the tape of Alyssa Neufeld. Now over to the far side. Blight stops on that far circle. Now sends it down low. Collier battling with a couple of Bulldogs. She sends one in front. It's poked right to the stick of Gilbert, and she'll lead the charge for the Bulldogs in the final minute. Sent down by number 23. That's Granger. Back up the far boards it comes. Now Blight will backhand it back into her own zone. There is Hyde trying to settle things down for the Cougars. Pass off target, looking for Blight here on the near side. DD pass Van Antwerp. Gives it to Granger, but it's off of her stick. Back to Assiniboine. Final 30 seconds as the outlet pass finds Chelsea Collier. She'll just set it into the near corner, change with the rest of her line. Van Antwerp, near side for Adrian. Chips it along, has number 16, Werner, for a moment before it's coming back the other way. Trying to just push that in was Charles. Back down low to Bodie. Has Charles and Parenteau with her. Parenteau currently has it, gives it to top of the point, but the horn sounds before the shot can be taken. And that'll do it for 20 minutes here in our final game of pool action in the Women's Division II National Championship Tournament. The Assiniboine College Cougars have a 2-0 lead over the Adrian College Bulldogs, so we'll step aside. We'll come back, have your first period stats, and we'll get you ready for the second period. So we're through one so far here on Rink 2 at Chillers Easton. It's the Assiniboine College Cougars 2 and the Adrian College Bulldogs 0. You're watching the 2018 ACHA Women's Division II National Championship Tournament, brought to you live from Columbus, Ohio, provided by the ACHA Network, powered by YouTube. All right, hockey fans, welcome back to Columbus, getting ready for our second period of the night. Assiniboine and Adrian, the Cougars with a 2-0 lead. After the first period of play, let's tell you how they got there. Shots 13-5 in that opening frame in favor of the Cougars. Both teams had a power play. They both were unsuccessful. So they're 0 for 1 on both of those. The first goal, just 2 minutes and 43 seconds in, number 10, Sierra Parento, her first goal of the tournament. Made it 1-0 Cougars, assisted by number 13, Rachel Charles. That's her first assist of the tournament as well. Followed up late in the period at about the 17:34 mark. The Assiniboine College Cougars getting another goal, this one from Carly Frederick, her second of the tournament, assisted by number 19, Kenzie Hyde, for her first assist. And that's where we stand at 2-0. After the first period, the team's back out on the ice. They'll switch ends. Assiniboine will move right to left in those white uniforms with the dark red and black trim. Adrian's in the black uniform with the white and yellow trim. They are in the opening draw and send it immediately into the offensive zone, as they'll try to send one towards the front of the cage. Stolen by Parento. It's still loose. Now leading the charge for the Cougars will be Rachel Charles. Looks for something in front. As it comes over to the far boards, good cancel out by Adrian. Now here they come with numbers. Oh, but it's overskating. It was number 21, Elizabeth Anderson. They had the opportunity there. Instead, it's the Cougars that come the other way, but a good steal by Chase. Leads to that, coming back up the far boards. Bodie in the corner, backhands it down low. Back and forth it goes behind the Adrian cage. Now it's sent out in front, picked up by Hayward. She outlets a pass. Looking for it was Andersson. Instead comes all the way back. This one picked up by Mchugh. Outlet pass off target, off of Adrian's stick, so no icing. 1 minute gone here in the period. Teams dig at it 2-on-2. And now Gilbert with speed. She's been one of the speedier ones here in this tournament, but has it poked away from her. And back coming the other way is Collier. Collier backhand, jumps up on Poland. Able to corral that with the glove hand. 18:37 to go in the second period. We're now at the middle frame. Shots 13-5 in favor of the Cougars. Shots were 13-5 at the end of the period, so no registered shots just yet. As Gilbert holds behind her own net, trying to play up those far boards. Had Chase for a moment. Now it's Granger leading the charge. Again, the Adrian Bulldogs have numbers. Granger past the blue line looking for Gilbert. It's off of her stick. Back behind Mchugh. A little bit of room over that far side. She looks to skate it out herself. Granger trying to shut the door. Unsuccessful. Helping out was Gilbert on that attempt. Get a collision here on the near side, but we play on. Outlet pass looking for Granger. It goes off the stick. Back to Mchugh for Assiniboine. Cougars will take it all the way back. Gilbert doing a good job of pressuring it for Adrian. Forces a well-planned out breakout for the Cougars. Trying to get a hack on it is Doherty. Still it comes Mchugh. Will backhand it over the far side for Meade. He had to hop over her stick, and it's back to the Bulldogs. They send one out in front. Loose through the paint, and coming over to slide over is Cook. She's able to get a stop. 17:29 to go in the second period. Still 2-0, but the Adrian Bulldogs are knocking on the door. Now the lone registered shot so far in this period. Ready to get back underway. Both these teams I mentioned in that first period, 1-1, looking for their second win. They've both been eliminated out of getting to the semifinals, however. As it's chipped out, and it's leading the charge, Alyssa Alderson, as she gets by the defense, walks in and scores! Alyssa Alderson, her first goal of the tournament, and that extends the Cougars' lead to 3-0. Able to just get a step past the defense, walked right through the crease, and able to find its way past Poland for her first goal. Second point for her. See if anybody gets credit for the assist. As we're back underway at center ice. Mako with the outlet pass. It's an unassisted goal for Andersson. So we play on 3-0 now the score. Loose on that far side. Chase trying to send it in for Adrian. Settled by Cook. Brought up the near side by the Cougars, but a turnover. Chase makes a good shot opportunity. Forces Cook to come out and make a great save. Settles that down, 16:47 to go. It's 3-0 Cougars. As Adrian trying to find their way back into this contest as just 3 minutes gone. 3 minutes, 13 seconds if you would like to be exact. As the Cougars win the draw, Mchugh chips him to the far side. Now a good outlet pass breaks out the Cougars. Nice passing from them as they bring it in with Charles. She's upended at the hash marks. Coming back the other way, Mchugh keeps it on side. Racing after is Charles. Backheads it right out in front. Takes a deflection off an Adrian stick. Still loose as it's cleared but not out. Up the near side comes Meade. Looking for something in front. Had her stick jammed up and finally stolen away by the Bulldogs. Up the near side comes Hayward. Hayward gets by Mchugh. Now has a step past the defense. She walks in, looks for the short side, and it's turned aside by Cook. Had a little bit of room to try and come across the crease, what we just saw Andersson do for Assiniboine, but elected for that near corner. The Cougars will break the puck out. Blair Bodie will just send it in. She runs into a couple of black jerseys. Now a wholesale change. All 5 of the Cougars making that change. It's the long change here in the second period as the teams will have to gain their respective offensive zones to really have a good opportunity to change up the lines on the fly. Adrian looking for the breakout. Leckie quickly near side through the feet of a forward that leads to a shot. That's turned aside by Poland. Holds on for the whistle. 15:22 to go, second period. Still 4-0 now the score. 2 goals here in this second period. I say it's 3. I believe it's still 3-0. I think they may have put an extra goal up there, because I still only have 3 on my sheet here. So Cougars are up by 3. 3-0 the score. 5 minutes gone, second period. Puck comes off the near side, racing back after it. Over on that far side, kept in by the Cougars. Back behind the net is Van Antwerp. Trying to bring it up the far boards. Here on the near side it comes. Mchugh holds in the corner. Now switches with Parento. Now centered out in front. That goes off. Over on that far side is back out the center ice it comes. Racing back is Meade. She'll play it up the near side. Everyone's in the middle of a change, so this should go for icing, and it does. With 14:04 to go. 3-0 is the score. Shots are 14-7 in favor of the Cougars. Final game of the day of our 6 we had here on day 3 of the Women's Division II Championship Tournament. We'll have our 2 semifinals tomorrow at 1:15 and 3:45 Eastern Time. Both be here live on the ACHA network. Watch on YouTube on any of your streaming devices. Loose up on the far side. Now outlet pass. It's kept in for a moment. Now sending it in for the Cougars is Doherty. Now she has it in the corner. Doherty trying to get through the Adrian defense. 2 black jerseys meet her in the corner. She's forced to just play it down low. Up the far boards it comes. Now another tie up. 13.5 to go in the period. Cougars use this opportunity to make a change. Back out it comes. Now Gilbert trying to use her speed yet again, but Assiniboine up to the task, and they'll come back and slap it back down to the Bulldog zone. Another tie-up. A big collision over there on the far side as Gilbert took a tumble. It was number 6, Blair Bodie, that kind of rubbed her out of the play. Referee says play on. Outlet pass finds Gilbert. That's going to go on net to Cook, so no icing. So Assiniboine back in their own end. Walking through Hailey Anderson. Nice outlet pass. Finds Rachel Charles. She'll gain the blue line. She'll fire and turn aside by Victoria Poland. Over on that far side, Kaylee Rink. And that pass came out in front. Stolen away by Adrian. Now Chase up that far side. She'll chip it in and chase after it. She'll be first one there. So it comes behind the net. Looking for something in front. No one there in a black shirt. And it comes back out for Assiniboine. Outlet pass through the feet of Lauren Blight. She'll chase it down. Has to get through the rest of the Adrian defense, though. It's picked up here to the near side. Mchugh back down low. As Neufeld tries to come in front. Poland to save. They hack at it once, twice, and 3 times for good measure. As Poland shuts the door on the near side. We'll have a face-off with 11:54 remaining here in our second period. Reset here on the near side, Poland's blocker side. As we'll get a new center for Adrian. It'll be Andersson that comes over to take the draw. It's won by the Cougars. Quickly top of the point, quickly over to the far side. Mchugh, a shot, didn't miss by much. And we're going to get a penalty on Assiniboine for a collision in front. It's a roughing call. It's going to go to Alyssa Neufeld. And Adrian will get their second power play of the contest. It's a 2-minute roughing call. We'll come back all the other way. 11:43 remaining second period. Now 2 minutes up on the board for that roughing minor. Adrian trying to get back in this contest. They trail by 3. Power play goal would go a long way to get back in it. Face off won by the Cougars. Mchugh will bring it back behind her own net. She'll ring it hard around the boards. Good job by Abram, able to keep that in, but it takes a poke check up into the Adrian bench. And out of play. 151 still left on the penalty. Just 9 seconds gone. 11:34 remains in this period. Going to reset over on the far side. It'll be Chase against Parento. Teams dig at it. Finally settles in the corner. Cougars take a hack at it. Trying to hold the zone for the Bulldogs. And able to cancel it out at the blue line as Chase will come back to pick it up. Now outlet pass looking for Gilbert. Hops over her stick. Racing down, no icing is Mchugh. Outlet pass through the feet of Abram. And that will go all the way down the ice. No icing due to the penalty kill. Coming up on 11 minutes to go and 2 seconds and 1. There's 11 minutes to go. 9 minutes gone. Still 1:15 of power play time as Gilbert has it in the slot. Look for a backhand pass. Now, oh, it just goes wide. A good opportunity there from Adrian as that didn't miss by much. Now that shot is blocked. Second time also blocked into the corner. And we'll get another penalty on the Cougars there as taking a tumble is Chase. This will be number 10, Parento, going to the box, and a 5-on-3 now comes for the Bulldogs. So 10:39 remains in the period. 56 seconds of 5-on-3 time is what the Bulldogs are going to get to try and change that score from a 0 to a 1. Maybe possibly even a 2 with the 2 power plays here. Teams tie each other up in the face-off circle. They still dig at it. Now it settles behind the net. Assiniboine will try to bring it up the near boards. Abram doing a good job pinching from her point. Teams digging after it here on the near side as Hyde will just send it all the way down. And now it's a foot race, 1-on-2, racing hard over in that corner. Kaylee Rink and number 16, Cecilia Werner. No harm, no foul as Adrian brings it in. We're at the halfway point of the period. Now Andersson will backhand a pass. Top of the point, Granger, wrist shot. Takes a deflection wide. Back in front it comes, jammed at it once, twice. Cook slides over to make a good save. Now it's number 13, Christina Rotondo with the opportunity. Now it's 2-on-1 behind the net. First penalty over for Assiniboine. Racing hard into a play is Neufeld as the Cougars will chip it out, and it tips right to Neufeld. She's got one more girl to beat. She does. Has it on the backhand. Backhands it over just wide of the cage. Now Adrian with the numbers is Granger. Gains the red line. Now the Blues. He sends it in. Down to under 40 seconds to go in the power play. 9 minutes and change in the period. That's back down low here in the near corner. Set up ahead. Assiniboine gets a turnover. They're offside. They'll just have to let that one go. As they'll settle behind the net. Kenzie Hyde over to the far side, Van Antwerp. Now tapped along as Hayward got a piece of it. Now it comes back to Heisner. Adrian gains the zone in the final 5 seconds of the power play. So the 5-on-3 goes by the wayside as the clock expires. We're back to 5-on-5. And it's played at the red line. The Cougars offside. They'll have to tag up. Well, it's Bulldogs to try and get something going here. Parenteau with a nice stick check. Now walks in, has someone in front, but trying to find the stick of Blight. Hops over her stick, and finally it settles here on the near side. Blight gets to it first. Holds in the corner, back down low. Parenteau, or excuse me, that's number 13. That is Charles down there in the corner, and they score. That's another goal for number 17. That's Carly Frederick. Second goal of the game, third of the tournament. And now it's 4-0. Favor of the Cougars. 8:03 remaining here in period number 2. So the Cougars extend the lead to 4 as Carly Frederick gets her second goal of the contest. We're 8 minutes left here in the second period. D-to-D pass over the far side as Meade tried to send that through a ton of traffic. Comes to the top of the point. Back out to center ice where Adrian will send it right back in. Meade is back. She'll ring it up the far side. Adrian trying to hold that zone. Leckie ends up turning it over, and now it's a foot race. Doherty fires a shot. Poland gets the save. Able to force that one just wide. Still loose near side. Top of the point, Mchugh. Lots of traffic in front. That shot hits somebody and falls harmlessly to that far corner. Now walking ahead is Andersson. Walking through the defense. That's number 16, Werner, excuse me. And with another penalty. This one's coming up on Adrian. That comes out in front. Bulldogs still haven't touched it. Now they do. It's a high sticking penalty. It's going to go to Werner. So second power play of the game for Assiniboine. They're 0 for 1. 2 minutes for high sticking, and we'll get our media timeout as well. So we'll have the power play when we come back. 7:01 to go here, second period. It's 4-0 Cougars. You're watching the ACHA Women's Division II National Championship Tournament live here on the ACHA Network.
The 2018 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by Barron's Championship Rings, the official ring vendor for all ACHA national champions and Hall of Famers. Boston's Pizza Restaurant and Sports Bar. Gourmet pizza, burgers, wings, and more. We've got you covered. And by Marathon, fueling the American spirit.
All right, folks, welcome back. 7:01 to go, second period. Still 4-0 your score. Assiniboine leading Adrian here in our final game of pool play. A friendly reminder to join us for semifinal Saturday tomorrow. We'll have 2 games for you here at Chillers Easton. The Women's Division II semifinals. The first game at 1:15 Eastern Time will pit the Bishops University Gators taking on the Lakehead University Thunderwolves. One of those teams will punch a ticket to the national championship on Sunday. The other game is a North Dakota rivalry. The North Dakota State Bison and the Minot State Beavers. That game's at 3:45 Eastern Time. We'll have them both here for you on the ACHA Network, live here from Chillers Easton, about 20 minutes north of downtown Columbus. One of the 3 rinks being used for this tournament. All 5 of the divisions here in the city of Columbus. Over the last little bit, we've crowned 2 champions already. We'll have another championship slate tomorrow. The men's Division III champion will be crowned tomorrow. It's the second semifinal underway right now over at the Ice House. You can watch that streaming live on our ACHA network as well. But we're back underway with 7 minutes now to go. The power play for the Cougars. It's their second one of the day. As Assiniboine going to try and extend this lead to 5 if they can. Teams battled down low. It's top of the point, quickly across the ice. Good passing from the Cougars. Now a shot comes all the way across, and firing that shot over on the far side. That was number 15. That's Alyssa Alderson. She's got 1 already today. So we'll have a power face-off over on the far side. 6:31 to go in this second period. 1:30 remains in the power play. Assiniboine wins the draw. Top of the point. Anderson fires one that's stopped by Poland. We'll reset and do it again. Cougars win the draw again. They'll set up one more time. Pass centers the zone, shoots and scores. I believe that'll be Kenzie Hyde's goal. And she will lead the group back to the bench. And that extends the lead to 5. So Kenzie Hyde gets her second of the tournament, first of the game. And that's 5-0 Cougars. So back to center ice we go with 6:18 remaining here in the second period. So Hyde able to get her name on the score sheet. Mchugh will send one in. Rungs hard around the boards. Assiniboine able to steal it away. Rink looks for a pass, top of the point, quickly over to Mchugh near side. She stops. She holds. She plays down low. It's just tapped along by Blight. Now set out in front. Just misses the stick of Rink. Instead comes back the other way. Granger trying to lead the charge for Adrian. Now it's stolen away by Gilbert. At the red line, chips it up the boards. Back and forth it comes. Heisner near side Granger. Had it poked away, but right to Gilbert. And she gives it right back to Granger near side. Bulldogs in the zone. They send it deep. Come down to 5.5 to go in the period. Back down low it comes. Mchugh quickly over the far side. Picked up by Neufeld. Quick outlet pass. Finds the tape of Blight. Blight trying to get by a defender. Holds in that far corner. Has it poked away. Assiniboine in the middle of a change. Wisely finishes that change before the puck comes by. Comes all the way back into the Cougar zone. No icing as it didn't have enough to make it. Assiniboine trying to touch that along. Parento was offside, though. As the clock stops with 4:56 to go, it's going to come all the way back to the Cougar zone. The origin of the pass on that offside play. So face off down in the near corner. Everyone makes the trip down here to the near side. Teams tie each other up at center ice, or at the center of the circle, I should say. It's back down low. Hyde. Back up the near side boards. Keeping it in will be Abram. It's blocked from the top of the point. Now Abram will have to go back after it. Run hard around the boards. Kept in by the Cougars. Tops over a stick, though, and Adrian trying to press it forward, and they get it out of the zone. Back is Hyde, though, for the Cougars. Pass up the near side for Andersson. Gives it back to Hyde in their own end. Back and forth they go, and it's back to Andersson. Weaves through the neutral zone. Past the red line, now the blue. Andersson floats one short side, but off the side of the net. They still jam at it. Poland able to poke check that down low. Back out to the top of the point. Turn around by Parento. It's poked out in front. Now a shooting opportunity, and just getting a piece of that was Poland. Now it's number 6, Blair Bodie, with the opportunity for the Cougars. Mchugh cheats in from her point as it comes over the far side. Teams tie each other up. We're down to 3:32 and counting in a 5-0 contest. Back and forth, weaving through is Frederick. Looking for someone to pass to. Now has Bodie at the top of the point, and she scores. Blair Bodie, second goal of the tournament for her. And that pushes the lead to 6-0 in favor of the Cougars. So good passing in the offensive zone leads to another goal for the Assiniboine Cougars. As everybody comes back to center ice, 3:18 to go. Shots are 22-8. As here come the Cougars wanting more. Into the zone is Charles, who shoots, looking for the near corner. Number 17, Frederick, gets the assist. That'll be her second assist of the game of the tournament. Poland will slow things down with 3:03 left to go. So face-off will be out the far circle. It looks like we'll see Chase go up against Collier on this draw. It's won by the Cougars. Quickly to the top of the point. A wrist shot finds its way through traffic, and Poland will stop it and restart one more time. Brooke Mead doing a good job from her point, getting a shot opportunity there. Under 3 minutes now to go, 2:58. As the Bulldogs win the draw. Van Antwerp rings it up the near side boards. Trying to help it along is Anderson, or excuse me, is Werner, and we're going to get another penalty here. It's a body check, and it's on the Cougars. It's going to go to number 7, Mariah Mchugh. So Adrian, another power play opportunity to get that first tally of the night. They're 0 for 3 so far today. Two minutes on the board, 2:48 remaining here in period number 2. It's won quickly by the Cougars and sent all the way down. Racing to get to it first is Doherty. She almost does, but Van Antwerp able to shut the door. Now pretty impressed by Doherty. Aggressive forecheck on the penalty kill from the Cougars here. As Forster just played up the near side, getting a stick on it, Hayward. She tries to bring it up the near side before Hyde sends it right back in. Now Gilbert. Walking through the Columbus Blue Jacket logo at center ice into the offensive zone as the Bulldogs try to set up with the final 2 minutes of the period. And set on front, a shot by Granger. She gets a shot to the head. That'll be another penalty on the Cougars here. Granger slow to get up here. Trainers will take a look at Granger hanging down in the corner. Maria, the freshman out of Powell, Ohio, took a shot upstairs in the cage, immediately went down to the ice. Training staff taking a look at her. Okay, she is moving just a little bit, so that's a good sign. They're just keeping an eye on the head. It was a high stick or a shoulder or an elbow of some kind that ended up catching her in the cage. We have 1:58 to go here in this period. Still taking a look at Maria Granger. Able to roll onto her back. That's also a good sign. As number 18 for the Cougars, number 18 for the Cougars, that's Kenzie Hyde. She will go off. She'll be ejected from this game for that hit. So it'll be a 5 in a game for Kenzie Hyde, the freshman out of Manitoba. She'll be done for this contest. It'll be a 5-on-3 power play, but that's not the biggest concern right now. Making sure that Granger's okay. All right, folks, just an update. We did take another look at it over here on our computer here. Looks like it was just a high hit to the helmet of Granger. And she's still being tended to down on the ice. We're gonna step aside. We'll come back as soon as we have an update. We do know that a 5-minute major has been put on the board and Heidi's night is done. That's as far as we know. We'll keep an eye on Granger. We'll step aside for just a little bit. We'll give you an update when we got it. All right, folks, just an update for you guys. The teams have left the ice here for this period. The teams have gone back to the locker rooms. They're still taking a look at Gilbert on the ice. The teams will go back. We'll give you an update on Gilbert as soon as we can, but the trainers are still looking at her. The teams have been sent back to the locker rooms. They'll come back most likely after an ice cut. They'll try to cut the ice, and then they'll just play the minute 58 that's still on the clock, followed by the 20-minute third period. That's the update we have as of right now, as the trainer's still looking at Granger over on just to our right here. And we'll give you an update as soon as we know anything about her condition. We're just sending our thoughts and prayers to her as much as we can right now. And hopefully she'll be able to get back up and, if not continue on, just a sign of good news would be great here as they continue to look at her. So we'll step aside one more time. We'll give you an update as we can. As it stands right now, there's 1:58 to go, second period. Mariah Granger is down on the ice after taking a shot to the head. Teams have left the ice and are in the locker rooms just waiting this out. And hopefully, we wish the best for Mariah. Hopefully, everything will be okay here. And we'll give you an update as soon as we can. We'll step aside. All right, folks, Matt Coma joining you here back at the Chiller Eastern Rink here. We're still in the second period between Assiniboine and Adrian College. So just an update for you guys. The Zamboni is back out on the ice. The teams have left and gone to the locker rooms. And more importantly, Mariah Granger heading to the local hospital. They end up taking her off on a stretcher. She was conscious, was moving her arms around, so that's always a good sign. But she did get taken off the ice on a stretcher. She'll be going to the local hospital for further evaluation. So it was something to the head as they made sure the neck and the head was stabilized as they came out. So the teams have gone to the locker rooms. The Zamboni is out on the ice. We still have 1:58 here in the second period. The coaches and the ACHA staff are going to have a quick meeting, discuss how they want to finish this contest. There's no real ramifications to both of these teams, so they could potentially just end this thing right now, or they can come out and play the final 2 minutes of the second period and the rest of the third. But I can imagine that most of these players may not want to go back out there. That's the hardest thing to do after seeing an injury like that. Ends up coming out. So we'll give you another update as soon as we can. The ACHA and the coaches are talking, having a quick meeting right now. We'll give you the latest update as soon as we hear it upstairs. But as it stands right now, 1:58 remains in the second period. Mariah Granger was coherent and awake as she was leaving, put on a stretcher.
We were driving past
So
the ambulance.
So she has been taken to the local hospital. So that's the good news I can report so far. And we'll try to give an update on her condition if we hear anything. But that's as we stand right now. We'll take another break here. We'll step aside. Here from Chillers Easton, as you're watching Assiniboine and Adrian College. We'll have an update on what's going to happen with this third period in just a little bit. Stay tight. All right, folks, we just had an update from the ACHA coaches and had a little meeting there to discuss whether or not to keep this game going. They will play the remainder of the contest, so we'll come back out. The Zamboni about 2/3 of the way done cutting the ice, so the teams will play in the 1:58 that's still left of the second period and just go straight into the 20 minutes of the third period. So we'll have that for you in probably about 3 or 4 minutes or so. So just to recap everything that just went on, we had a head contact penalty to Assiniboine's number 19, I believe is her number. Yeah, it's number 18, Kenzie Hyde. It was a 5-minute and a game misconduct for the head contact, as Mariah Granger, the freshman out of Powell, Ohio, took the shot up in the cage, went immediately to the ice, didn't move for a whole lot of time. The training staff and paramedics took a look at her. They were able to roll her over to her backside. She was on her stomach to start, so able to move her over. She was moving her hands even as she was leaving the rink, so she was still able to move her hands, still able to be coherent, at least to the extent that they were able to get her out of here safely. She was taken off by a stretcher, taken by the paramedics. So we'll update you as soon as we can. As of right now, we are having an ice make. We'll play the 20 minutes, and then we'll get you back ready for the third period. So just hang tight. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes here from the Chillers Eastern Rink in Columbus, Ohio. No one signs up for this. This is the worst part of it. Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let me know. Okay. You okay now? You alright? We're almost there. You never got that. I'm not getting out of there. Well, don't text him now. I mean, we still have an hour to figure out where. Bottom line, I have to go back to the Oh, you got that one. That's fine. Drop him there. If you can. I don't understand this one. Sure. And I went there and she was moving her hands and stuff. Her eyes were closed, but she did have to stand up her hands. There's something in her head that job. So I remember. If you look like the chips on her hair, I think the worst part of her hair, she was quite first. The contact, I think, is just too tolerant. All right, folks, the teams are making their way back out on the ice. We're going to finish this hockey game after a scary moment with number 23 for the Adrian College Bulldogs, Maria Granger, taken off via the stretcher, taken to the hospital as the rest of the Adrian team makes their way out to the applause of the Adrian fans. Both teams elected to want to finish this game out. The minute 58 of the second period, we'll play it and just go straight into the 20 minutes of the third. So the Bulldogs will start this period on a 5-on-3. They trail this contest 6-0, but that's the least on everyone's mind around here. Everyone just wishing the best for Maria and just hoping for a speedy recovery for her. Hopefully she's okay. Again, if we get an update from the staff on her condition, we'll bring it to you here on the broadcast. Be sure to keep an eye on the social media pages as well as if we get anything on there. But we will continue this hockey game. The Bulldogs will have a 5-on-3. It was a 5-minute major and a game misconduct penalty to number 18, Kenzie Hyde. So she will no longer be in this game for Assiniboine. So we will continue on. The Bulldogs with a 5-on-3, 1:58 remaining here in the second period. And we'll just play the rest of the way here. Hopefully without any more confrontations. That's the hardest part as an athlete. I can say that myself. When you see a friend, a teammate, an opponent go down in a situation like this, that's the hardest thing to lace them back up and go back at it. So credit all of these ladies for wanting to keep it finish this thing out. Just shows the competitive spirit these two teams have. And the game doesn't really have a whole lot of weight on anything. Both these teams are just the last game of the season for both these two teams as they were eliminated from championship contention earlier today. So we'll continue on here. The teams will skate 5-on-3 here for pretty much the remainder of the second period. Adrian still moves left to right here in this period. Assiniboine right to left. They'll be 5-on-3 for 1:10, and then they'll have about 3:50 to kill on that 5-minute major. As we're back underway after that long delay as the teams go back at it. Parento. It's a disqualification, so it will lead to a suspension for her next game if she ends up taking the ice, Kenzie Hyde. So it's a disqualification for head contact is the call. So it's a 5-minute major, and the disqualification ends up being the call as we're back underway. 1:15 remaining in the power play, or minute in the second period. We still have 24 seconds in the first penalty for the Cougars as they ice this puck. Sending it all the way down towards Victoria, Poland. And the Bulldogs will skate it up. Final minute of the second period. Again, we will continue just straight into the third period once this minute has expired. Zamboni has already come out and cleaned the ice after the injury to Granger. So we're down to the final 40 seconds. The first penalty is over, so we're 5-on-4 for the remainder of the major penalty. Skating it up the near side, Rotondo, and she'll backhand it back into the Assiniboine end, but it's icing too far, so it was on the wrong side of the red line for the Bulldogs. It'll be icing called, and we'll head back the other way with 28.6 to go, and essentially in a kind of more of a stanza than a period, or a sequence. That's the word I was looking for. A new setter for the Cougars. Taking the draw will be the captain, number 19, Brooke Mead. It's won by the Bulldogs. Back behind. Abram near side for Letke. She tries to send it out in front. Under 20 seconds now to go. That's a high stick called on Assiniboine. So just a face-off in the Assiniboine end. No penalty on that one. Puck was played with a high stick. 17.4 to go second period. 3:19 to go in this major penalty. It's one here to the near side. Gilbert, top of the point, just on side by Van Antwerp. That shot redirected on net. Cook makes the save. She's still perfect, 9 for 9. As trying to hold on to the zone here on the near side. That was number 17, Heisner. As puck takes a couple of bounces in the neutral zone, and the horn sounds to end the second period. The teams will stay out on the ice here. They'll switch ends, though, as we'll just keep going. No intermission here. So final shot count through 2 periods, 24-9 as we begin the third period. Between these two teams, they'll switch ends, so Adrian will go right to left, Assiniboine to the left to right. $20 minutes back up on the board, 3:02 left in this major power play for Adrian. They're still looking for their first goal as the Cougars win the draw. Mchugh will send it all the way down. Comes out in front. Parenteau, first one there. Now a shot out in front was denied. Second attempt by Parenteau, also denied. And it's back behind the net. Abram chips it out ahead. Now the Cougars have numbers, and we're going to get a penalty on Adrian behind the play. It's Abram that will take the cross-checking call. She'll head to the box. That'll cancel out 2 minutes of the 2:37 left in that power play for Adrian. So we'll play 4-on-4. 19:35 to go in the contest, as we are now in the third period. That's one by the Cougars, but they blow it past the defense as Meade goes back, comes here to the near side, comes behind the net. Chipped up the far side. Assiniboine now with a little bit of speed. Skating up ahead is Kaylee Rink. She's got a breakaway now. Walks in, and a good save from Poland. Able to come across and deny that opportunity on the 4-on-4 breakaway. As this shot from the point, Poland able to kick it aside. It's loose down low. Blight takes a hack at it. Now Neufeld will pick it up for the Cougars. Looks for the pass to the top of the point. Alderson, her shot is blocked. Good job by Chase, gets in the way. And now skating up Van Antwerp. She'll gain that red line, sending it in. Rest of the Bulldogs change. 18:30 to go here in the third and final period as a pair of players take a tumble in the near corner. Now the Cougars breaking it out with Charles. She gets a stick hacked at by Gilbert. Now on that far side, trying to chip it up ahead. That was Werner. Ends up taking it away. Now back to Gilbert. She tries to send it out. It's cut off, though, by Charles. Now Gilbert will try again. Stretch pass behind Anderson. Racing back Mchugh for the Cougars. Pass near side. Stolen away by Gilbert. Gilbert walks in. Comes behind the net. Mchugh in hot pursuit. Chip to the top of the point, but it takes a bounce off of the boards. Unable to get a stick on it. Number 18, Hailey Bigman. Loose here on the near side. Anderson coughs it up, but a good steal by Chase on that centering pass. Set up the near side boards. Anderson now controls for Adrian. Nice outlet pass. Kicks it along. Now here's number 24. That's Abram, fresh out of the box. Fires that shot, and Cook will make the save. So 15 seconds of power play time before that 5-minute major is over for Assiniboine. 17-13 to go in the contest. 6-0 is the score. We get a new center for the Bulldogs. Coming in will be Hayward. Cougars win the draw, trying to push it straight forward. It's denied by Heisner. And now the Cougars, they'll ice this for the final 5 seconds of the power play. And head of the play is Parenteau. Walks in, but couldn't pull the trigger. Power play is over as we are back to 5-on-5 hockey here for the final 17 minutes. Cougars get a turnover. Comes right back to the Bulldogs. They send it outside of the zone. Skating back after it is Brooke Meade. Meade up the near side through the skates of a teammate. Sends it right back down. Mead goes back behind the net for Neufeld. Battling with Gilbert on that far side. Now able to chip it ahead. Now Doherty plays it along off the stick of Parento. Back to Adrian. Now they pass has Gilbert. Battling with Mead near side. Gilbert takes a tumble over Mead. The battle of the 19s down there. As we're going to get a penalty on Gilbert there for a trip. He takes out the feet of Mead, and now Assiniboine with a power play with 16:11 to go. So a tripping minor assessed to the Bulldogs. This puck will come all the way back to the Bulldog end with 16:11 to go. Face-off is won here on the near side, and the Bulldogs get it cleared. Racing back is Mchugh, and hot pursuit is Andersson. As Mchugh with time to skate it up the near side, she'll stop at the circle. Bring it back behind. Try to set up a breakout here for the Cougars. Up the far boards, quickly up ahead come the Cougars with Hailey Anderson. She rings it around the boards. Now tries to stuff it on the short side, and Poland says no. Cougars still in control. Puck sent down low. Now sent out in front. Mchugh a shot. It's saved by Poland. Now Blight on the far side gives it back to Mchugh. They set up in the power play. 1:05 remaining in it. 15:15 to go here in the period. Up to the top for Andersson. Andersson quickly to Mchugh. They'll play it back down low. A little bit of a stick lift there. Collier gives it a Blight. Now near side looking for Mchugh. Passes off target. Sent hard around the boards. Chase going to try and get there first for Adrian. She does with a nice backhand. And that's going to be a penalty on Assiniboine for that hook that Chase took. As the penalties keep continuing to pile up here. Credit Chase, an excellent job getting to that puck in time. Draws the call as well, so we'll go back to 4-on-4 for the second time this period. It'll be number 8 in the program. That is Lauren Blight. The freshman will go sit for 2 minutes, and now Adrian with another power play. That'll start in about 35 seconds. 14:46 to go here in the game. Still 6-0 in favor of the Cougars. Top of the point. It's kept in by Heisman. Heisner, excuse me. Aram trying to hold on to the zone. Instead, it comes back the other way for the Cougars. It's Alderson with Parento down low. Now it's poked away. Comes right to Rink. Now back top of the point, Alderson. Back to Rink down low. Pressured by Heisner. Plays back down low. Abram will get to it. Chips up the near side boards. Not out though as it goes back to the corner for Heisner. Chipped, hops over his stick. Bulldogs with numbers. They can get a stick check there. They do at the blue line, and forced to just tap it along and make a change of their own. They're now on the power play for the next minute 5. Under 14 minutes now to go in the contest. No icing here. As racing back is Werner. Werner with time to skate it for the Bulldogs. She'll bring it along. Gains the red line, now gains the blue. Dodges a stick check. Dodges a second stick check as she has it in the corner. Now leaves it for Andersson, and another penalty is coming. So this period continues at a snail's pace here. Is another tripping call. This one comes to Hailey Anderson, and now it's a 5-on-3 yet again for the Bulldogs. This is the third time they've had a 5-on-3 today. It's only 39 seconds long this time. So we'll reset. Penalty 2 minutes for tripping to Andersson, and now a shot from the top of the point. That one from Van Antwerp. So we'll reset again. All 5 brand new Bulldogs come out just 4 seconds into that power play opportunity. So we'll reset with a new fresh line. Chase wins the draw for the Bulldogs. They fire a shot. That takes a redirection out in front. Cook trying to shut the door once and twice as they take a couple of hacks at it. Stays in the zone, though. Cougars only down to 3 skaters as it's back out to center ice. Chase brings it in onside. She takes a trip. That one ends up not getting called. So we play on under 13 minutes to go. Now a backhand. That's going to be a penalty.
Now it's a penalty.
And so it's a hook, I believe, on Mchugh. That would be my guesstimate, as it's going to be stacked penalties now, and it's a hook. So now we get into the interesting part of stacked penalties. So there's 4 seconds left on the first penalty. That penalty will not be allowed to leave until either a whistle or the 125 penalty is over. So it just extends the 5-on-3 for Assiniboine. They're going to try and leave, and no, they're selling them, no, you can't go. It's that stack penalty. You have to wait for that second penalty to get over. As she'll be able to leave once a whistle comes out, but it's still 5-on-3 here for 1:06. And Parenteau going to try and win, but she gets held down, and now it's going to be a penalty on Adrian as it just continues to just go slower and slower here in this third period. Another penalty. That's the 5th one in the first 7.5 minutes of this period. We only saw 4 in the total of the first 2 periods. So now it's 4-on-3 after that holding call. This has just been an odd third period here. So 2 minutes for holding goes to number 17. That's Heisner. That's literally all she could do to deny that scoring opportunity, as Parenteau was ahead of the play. Adrian, despite all that, is still on the power play here for another 48 seconds. Then Assiniboine will get another skater back. This puck takes a deflection up and out of play. And the clock will stop again with 12:03 to go. And we'll reset in the Adrian end. Frederick against Gilbert for this draw. One to the boards. Kept in the zone by the Cougars. 34 seconds till we're back to 4-on-4. After that, it'll be about another 30 seconds until Assiniboine will get a power play. That will only last about 20 seconds. It's gone just a little bit chippy, a little ticky-tack from our officiating crew, but we skate on, 11.5 to go. Top of the point, Van Antwerp fires one. Cook makes a save, and she covers. With 11:27 remaining, 2 seconds remaining in the 4-on-3. Teams will change up the units. Face over on the far side. It's won by the Cougars. 2 seconds and 1. Penalty's over. We're now 4-on-4 for the next 35 seconds. As here comes Parenteau again. Another breakaway. Chase and hot pursuit. Going to try and spoil it, and she does cleanly, which is a very excellent play from Chase. That's set out in front. Fan on the shot was number 15, Melissa Andersson. Had the wide open net to shoot at there. So Hannah Chase doing a good job there to back check and deny that opportunity as Assiniboine getting ready to go on the power play in 5 seconds. The stretch pass takes a tip, no icing. And 3 seconds, 2 and 1. That's it. Now a brief power play for the Cougars as that shot from the point is held by Cook. A perfect 13 of 13 for the Cougar netminder. Miranda Cook, the freshman out of Binscarth, Manitoba. 10:42 remains in our contest. The score remains a 6-goal lead for the Cougars. getting 2 in that first period and adding 4 in the second. Nothing so far here in the third. Assiniboine looking for the stretch pass, and they find it. Skating ahead of the play, Doherty, the shot is blocked. And yet another penalty is coming up. This is going to be on, that's Werner over there, and that's the 8th penalty of the period. And we skate 4-on-4, or actually it'll be a 5-on-3 for 2 seconds, and then Heisner will be back out. It's a tripping call. We still haven't reached the halfway point of this period. So back underway we go. Gilbert wins the draw, brings it back herself, and she will try to clear this puck out. She does, as ahead of the play is Heisner. She's going to try and get to it. She does, coming straight out of the box. We're back to 5-on-4. And Assiniboine still looking for a power play goal here in this contest. Is trying to glove that down was Heisner from her backside, and now that should be a trip too. That one doesn't get called. As we play on. As we finally reach the halfway point, 9:56 to go, 1:25 left in the power play for Assiniboine. As it's chipped up the near side boards. Chase sends it back the other way. Van Antwerp will bring it past the blue line, gets a shooting opportunity. It's Cook the save, and she slides over and covers that puck up with 9:37 remaining, 1:10 in the power play for the Cougars. Both teams change up the lines. They'll be battling here on the near circle. It's won by the Cougars. They'll play it behind their own net. Waiting for it is Mchugh. Outlet pass. Finds her target in Neufeld. Now she'll skate it along, giving it to Alderson. Alderson with options in front. Pass out is cut off by Chase. She'll backhand it along. Just tapped there by number 13, Rotondo. Pass right to Rotondo in the center circle and sent down by the Bulldogs. 9:04 remaining here in this contest. 35 seconds to go in the power play. Stretch pass off the stick of Gilbert right to the stick of Neufeld, and she'll bring it in 3-on-3, excuse me. Is Neufeld, top of the point. Mchugh quickly over the far side, walking in with a slap shot. That's just wide. Over on that far side, Gilbert trying to get it up the far boards. Now it takes a hop. Gilbert goes through the legs of Mchugh trying to get that puck. As it comes back to Mchugh. Now shot redirected by her own team to the corner. Trying to get in the way of that one was Bodie. Mchugh, nice job, keeps it on side. Comes right back to Adrian. Now it's offside. As it comes back out to center ice. Penalty time is over. The Bulldogs are back to full strength. Neither team has found a power play goal despite a ever-growing amount of penalties in this contest. As Bodie in the corner will give it to the top of the point. Waiting patiently for it is Meade. Gives it back to Bodie far side. Cross the ice pass. Here to the near side, Andersson, 16. Some of the jerseys being kind of tucked in. Hard to read the numbers on the backsides. As number 16 for the Bulldogs is Werner. She takes a hard tumble to the ice, slow to get up. As we continue to play on. Up the far boards it comes. Stays in the zone. Adrian with a chance. There's Chase. And that's going to be the penalty that gets called. As it will be a body check on Assiniboine. It'll be number 16, Andersson. They'll make the trip to the box. 7:22 to go. We'll get a power play, but first we'll take our media timeout for the final time of pool play. 7:22 remains in the third period. 6-0 the score. Assiniboine leading Adrian College.
The 2018 ACHA National Championships are brought to you by the Columbus Blue Jackets. For tickets and more, visit bluejackets.com. R-Bar, the official ACHA 2018 Nationals post-game hangout and best hockey bar in Columbus. And by the Greater Columbus Sports Commission. Columbus has no off-season.
And welcome back to Columbus, Ohio. Wrapping things up here on our final day of pool play in the Women's Division II National Championship Tournament. Adrian taking on Assiniboine here in this final contest of pool play. We have our semifinals set already for tomorrow. It'll be Lakehead against Bishops at 1:15 Eastern Time here from Chillers Easton, followed by the Battle of the Dakota Schools, North Dakota State taking on Minot State. A big interstate rivalry. That game's at 3:45. Myself and Thomas Biondo will be on the call for both those semifinal games here live from Chillers Easton. Be sure to turn into that. Should be entertaining television on your Saturday afternoon. Busy day tomorrow. You have the Blue Jackets in town. You just heard taking on the Senators. You have the D3 Men's National Championship game tomorrow night. You have the Women's Division I semifinals at the Ice House before that. So, and yeah, of course, you have the two semifinals here at Easton. And now another penalty. This will be on Adrian. This will be on Chase. And we'll skate 4-on-4 now. So the penalties continued to pile up. That'll be a boarding call on Chase. First time I've seen a boarding call this week here at the women's level. So we'll have a face-off here on the near side. Minute 44 of 4-on-4 time now is 7:06 all that remains on the clock. The shots are 26-14 in favor of Assiniboine. They've jumped out to that 6-0 lead. They haven't put anything home, though, in the last probably about 30 minutes. As skating it ahead comes Hayward. There's a stick lift from Assiniboine, and now it's back the other way they come. Frederick in the corner. First to it, though, is Abram. Back to the top of the point. Kept in by Alderson. She comes down low. Sends one out in front. Frederick, a shot. It's blocked. Now top of the point. A shot from Rink is blocked, and now Gilbert trying to use her speed here. Nice pass. Fire breaks down Hayward. She walks in and scores. That'll break the shutout as Caitlin Hayward off the great pass from Gilbert beats Cook, get it 6-1. So a goal here with 6:22 to go. Makes it a 5-goal contest. Great passing as Gilbert right on the tape of Hayward, who walked in all by herself and able to beat Cook. So the Bulldogs are on the board. 6-1 is now our score. They'll backhand it down low. That'll be Hayward's third goal of the tournament. That leads the Bulldogs. As now here comes Parenteau trying to answer for the Cougars. She'll think better of it and pass it back to the top of the point. Bodie fires a shot, takes a deflection too high. Bounces right on front, still loose. Now the net is dislodged, and we'll have a whistle. With 5:54 to go here in this contest, 32 seconds of 4-on-4 time. Then Assiniboine will have a 16-second power play. They've been the queens of the shortened power plays here in this third period. Down low, the Cougars go back to work with Collier. She's tied up with Van Antwerp. Now Parenteau will take it away. Looks for something in front. Parenteau trying to find Bodie, but stolen away by the Bulldogs. This will be icing, but it hits the net, so no icing called. Would have been icing as we're still 4-on-4 here. Outlet pass to Parenteau as we go back the other way. 4 seconds left in that said 4-on-4 as now the Bulldogs are on the kill for the next 15 seconds. They'll get Chase back in here in just a little bit. It's skating ahead is Brooke Mead. Stolen away by Adrian. Now that pass comes back the other way, and now the Bulldogs are back to full strength as we come to the final 5 minutes of the contest in a 5-goal game. Sent out in front, Adrian with a good chance, but it denied by the Cougar defense. Just hops over a stick, and then back it comes the other way. Back out to center ice it comes. That is offside as Mchugh almost able to keep that on the right side of the blue line, and we're getting another, let's say, nope, just comes, it's going to be a, I believe we're getting another penalty here, folks. 4:39 left in the period. It's going to be Mchugh off of that offside play. It was a bang-bang play. It's a 10-minute misconduct, so it won't be a power play. So we'll continue. We'll skate 5-on-5 if I'm correct here. They just gave her the 10-minute misconduct, so that'll be the day for Mchugh. Assiniboine still only has 4 skaters out there. Nothing's been put on the clock just yet. Say they should have a fifth girl out there. Mchugh just awarded the 10-minute misconduct. No power play is awarded for that. And then we have 2 skaters trying to leave the ice for the 2 forwards that left. So Assiniboine still 1 short. Now they have the full 5 out there. As we're back underway. So 4.5 minutes to go. So Mariah Mchugh, a 10-minute misconduct for unsportsmanlike conduct is the call. As the Cougars bring it along, it stays on side. Just tapped down low by the Cougars. Abram lost it in her feet, comes back to Assiniboine. Now nice passing in the slot. Poland with a good glove save. And we'll reset again with 4:11 left. So teams will change up the lines. We're still 5-on-5, 4:11 to go, 6-1 your score. It's won by the Bulldogs. Van Antwerp has it behind. Tips it to Gilbert in the corner. She'll look to break the puck out. Just goes wide of number 13. That's Christina Rotondo. Now back they come the other way. Collier over the far side. Unable to drag it along was Bodie. Now here comes Rotondo. Has it stolen away. Back it comes the other way with Rink this time. That one on net to Poland. Bulldogs try to break it out. It's kept onside by Alderton. That one deflected by Heisner. Now it's shot from the top of the point, grabbed with the glove. That was Andersson that had the opportunity that time. Poland able to say no. 3:25 left to go in this contest. Both teams change up the full 5. Shots are 28-16 in the contest. 6-1 the score. Wrapping up our final day of pool play here. These teams in Pool D, along with Bishops University. The Gators winning Pool D earlier with that win against Assiniboine yesterday. Beating Adrian back on Friday. Or excuse me, back on Wednesday. Because today is Friday. Down to 3 minutes to go. The other pool winners, you had Lakehead win Pool A as they won via the tiebreaker in overtime. They had the goal differential against Boston College. Thanks to that 17-1 win over Montclair State on the first day. That punched their ticket to the semifinals. So those 2 teams will take on each other, Pool A versus Pool D. The Pool B versus Pool C. The Minot State Beavers went 3-0 in their pool to take Pool B. They'll take on North Dakota State, who needed a tiebreaker of their own. They went to overtime with Delaware. The winner of that game was going to move on. They drew through 65 minutes, and North Dakota State had the tiebreaker with goal differential, so they move on to the national semifinals, which is an interesting note because it's the Assiniboine squad. It's the only team that beat North Dakota State this week. A 6-1 win over the Bisons on the first day of the tournament for this Cougar squad, yet the Bison will be moving on to play tomorrow, and the Cougars will be heading back home. Under 2 minutes now to go in this contest as the Cougars continue to play in the offensive zone. Back out in front it comes. Poland will cover that puck up with 1:35 left. Just 95 seconds left in the season for both these schools. So we'll get a line change real quick before a face-off over on the far circle. It's been a pleasure broadcasting with you. Myself and Thomas have been here all week long over at Chillers Easton, bringing you all the tournament games, 6 a day for the last 3 days. I think that counts up to 24 if my math is correct. No, it counts up to 18. I did see, it's been that kind of week. As here come the Bulldogs, going to try and make it 6-2 here. As walking in Hayward, a shot, and that one gets the blocker of Cook. Now there's another one in front. Cook slides over, the net's off. The puck goes in. They're going to call it a good goal. The net was off, though. So we'll see what happens here. As Assiniboine has some words here. It's number 16, Hailey Anderson. It's got some words. And she'll head back to the locker room 74 seconds early. As it comes back down low, or comes back out to center ice. We'll wait to see what the call is here. The linesman was the one covering for the official. That's what the protocol is for the three-man system. She looked like she blew the play dead because the net was off. Adrian scored just a second later. So the linesmen are going to come over and give each of their stories over to our head official about whether or not this is a good goal or not. So our head official has both stories. Now we'll see what the call will be. And they're going to call it a good goal. So Adrian Collins will get one more before the period ends. And there's 1:14 left. And now extends it to a 6-2 game. As the referees will give the explanations to the coaches real quick. Look from my vantage point that the net came off before the puck game went in, but our eyes, probably not as good as the eyes downstairs, but so Assiniboine are up in arms over on the other side. Not that the goal truly really matters, but it's in a 6-2 game, 1:14 left to go. It doesn't decide the contest. Just further delays the point here is it's almost 10 o'clock here in the Eastern time zone. We've been getting done with these games probably around 9:15-ish or so. Of course, we do have the delay for the injury to Granger, though, to accredit that to. We hope she's doing well and wish her the best and wish her a speedy recovery as she was taken off the ice. Sent to the hospital for head contact. So Adrian will be on the power play to finish off this thing as Andersson was sent off the ice. Was sent off the ice. A 2-minute minor goes up on the board after the goal. So Emily Leckie gets the goal. It's going to be her first of the tournament. As it comes back out to center ice with 1 minute to go. So, as we're going to get a penalty, or excuse me, a whistle for offsides, with 52.5 to go. as this period continues to crawl to its finish here. Over on that far side, Assiniboine wins the draw. Looking to ice it. It's cut off. This will be offside, so Bulldogs have to leave it alone. The Cougars just elect to ice this puck. No icing as A, they're on the kill, and B, they beat it out as number 14 down there, Aaron Doherty. Battles 2-on-2 now. Parenteau helping out as well. Parenteau has the puck, sent out in front. Gives Bodie a chance to walk in, but a good block from number 24. That's Jessica Abram. Excellent play from the Bulldog defender as now Parenteau looks to wheel around near side. 10 seconds left. One last shot here before this game will finally be in the books. Over on the far side, a shot. It's blocked. Parenteau turns around, pulling one final save. And the horn will sound to conclude pool play here in this year's tournament. The final score, Assiniboine College 6, Adrian College 2, and that does it for pool play here at the Women's Division II National Championship Tournament. That's going to do it for us here on this broadcast. Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 1:15 for the beginning of the Division II semifinals. You'll see Bishops taking on Lakehead in the first semifinal, followed by Minot State taking on North Dakota State in semifinal 2 at 3:45. Both those games are Eastern time here from Chillers Easton in Columbus, Ohio. That's going to do it for us. I'm Matt Coma signing off here from Chillers Easton. The final score, Assiniboine 6, Adrian 2. You've been watching the 2018 ACHA Women's Division II National Championship Tournament, brought to you live from Columbus, Ohio on the ACHA Network, powered by Utah. YouTube. Have a great rest of your Friday night. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you tomorrow for semifinal Saturday.